Coming up in today's video, we take a look at how I paint the Leibermuster Camouflage scheme, or as I call it, the late war scheme. This painting technique was surprisingly very quick to make and really does stand out on the tabletop. So if you want to give your late war Germans something different, why not give Leibermuster a go? Also, the model used in this video was kindly sent to me by the lovely crew over at Warlord Games. So if you need some 28mm World War II Berlin defenders, definitely go check them out. Okay guys, so we're going to be attempting Leibermuster. I hope I'm pronouncing this right. If I'm not, please let me know. So to start off with, I use German Camo Beige World War II. So when we're looking at this particular camo scheme, I'm going to call it the late war camo scheme. Late war camo scheme. You can tell it's like a khaki colour. So I think German Camo Beige World War II will work really nicely for our base coat colour. So this is a colour I'm going to put down first. And you can tell I'm just going to be picking out parts of the uniform. So this is from Vallejo. Obviously, if you wanted to use other brands, just get something that's a similar colour. Khaki might be a touch too dark. So German Camo Beige World War II is perfect. And because it's a late war scheme, I thought I'd throw in some original photos in between some of this as well. So you can see there's a chap there with the full kit on. Also, if you don't keep up with my social media, I've got a Painting, Panzers and Friends group, which I'd highly recommend you guys joining. You can show off some of your work, ask me any questions, and get to know some of the community. I've also recently just started a Patreon, so if you want to support the channel, that would be awesome. I'm asking $5 a month. Obviously, it's not expected, but any additional help would be greatly appreciated. Now we move on to the orangey, pinky, reddy bit of the uniform. So we use orange red plus burnt red at a 4:1 ratio. So more orange than red, and mix it up real good. Use an old brush for this. Don't use your finely tipped brush because you're just going to ruin it. Find an old brush or a toothpick or something and just mix away on a palette. And then we start painting in our blobs or lines. So Leibermuster, or the late war camo, is funny in its pattern scheme. So it's like a kid has just come along and just gone crazy with some paintbrushes. So try and simulate it as much as you can. So use these blobs. Obviously they're not super sharp, so just brush them on in irregular patterns. Don't try and join them. You can make a few join, but I tried to leave them as is. Just because when we add other bits on, it's really gonna help separate the colors. The problem with this scale is if you start trying to be too accurate, it's just gonna look like a mess, and you want these patterns to really stand out. So that's what I'm trying to do here. And we can see that there's another photo here of a Russian, and he has got some captured trousers that have got this late war camo scheme. And yeah, so it was definitely used, obviously very much so towards the end of the war, but it was definitely around. Now for the green, I'm using German Camo Bright Green with white grey at a 2:1 ratio. So it's a very bright green. It's one that's you're probably looking at it thinking, oh no, that's just too green, but trust me, it'll work. The problem with light colors on light, so we've got the light green on the beige, is the fact that it's going to start to blend in with the beige, but trust me, we're going to get it. A black wash later will fix that up nicely. So just copy the same as you did with the red. You can have little bits of the green joining, but really try and keep them away from the red. I know on the pattern they somewhat join, but it's really not going to work for the way I'm doing it, and also for this scale in my opinion. So try and keep them separated. Have a couple join perhaps with the red, but try and keep them separated. And then there we go. So we've got some more Germans surrendering here, and we've got a chap up on the front left with his uniform on. I've slowed it down a touch just so you can see more of it. It's hard to see in this light, but you can see that how it's starting to shape up. I've not joined them together, I've separated them all, left enough of a gap between the red and green, just so we can put this black in. Now this is where the black comes into its own. You can use a lighter black if you want, but the uniform was very dark in terms of the black that was used, so I think a black is perfect for this. And exactly the same sort of way, I'm using irregular patterns in little blobs, and I'm going between the red and the green. So it's very messy. Some people were saying on social media, oh, it must have taken you ages to do. This is really quick. It's quite rough, honestly, it's quite rough, but I think it looks great. And it's really straightforward to do. There's not a whole lot of effort involved. So yeah, it's something you can easily achieve. And there we go, we've got one more picture for you. So we've got another guy here on his with his motorcycle. So you can see that I'm going between the red and the green. I'm trying not to make the black too thick. I'm trying to keep it thin, but obviously not too thin where it will be hidden. Just thick enough. Then we give it a black wash. I use null oil and technical medium at a 1:1 ratio. That's very important. Don't go full null oil on this or a full black wash, because you're just going to hide the work that you've done. So keep it as a thin down wash of that black, and that will really wear it down a touch, but it won't be super black where you're like, oh, okay, everything I've just done is just disappeared. And then that is the end of it, guys. That's how easy it is. So this series is going over just uniforms, unless I'm changing the nationality or the different types of equipment that was used. So primarily just uniform based videos at the moment. Next we have a field grey video, and then following that we've got Luftwaffe field blue, so like Hermann Göring or the Luftwaffe infantry divisions. But yeah, let me know if you're interested in this. Have you heard of this camo scheme before? I mean, it's something that not a lot of people are familiar with. Some people know it as because the Swiss used it during the Cold War, or something very similar at least anyway. So this would be very good if you're doing that. But yeah, other than that, guys, I really hope you found this useful. If you're new here, please like and subscribe, and I will catch you guys at the next one. Thanks.